As you can see by the title of this video, I am going to be talking about Heisuke Todo. However, you may be asking what I mean when I say don't forget about Heisuke Todo. Before I explain, let me tell you about one realization I had gone through recently. For quite a long time, my focus on Hakuouki was for the few characters that really stood out to me: Kazama, Okita, Hajime, and Hijikata. I glanced over the other characters and, to be truthful, did not take the time to appreciate them or even mention them as I have these other characters. Though, as I spent more time immersing myself in this beautiful fandom, I began interacting with other people and seeing their views which differed from mine. I started to appreciate characters I did not think much of. Like Hiroda. Hiroda became a character who throughout the months I got fond of, and I have talked about him quite a bit in my most recent videos. Now, it is time for Heisuke Todo to get his appreciation, and he is someone who should not be forgotten about. I know many fans adore him, and so the title of this video can be viewed as a generalization, but I put it as that from my view of this fanbase, and that is simply don't forget about Heisuke Todo. Heisuke started to intrigue me over the weeks as I started playing more of the visual novel for Hakuouki. The anime does not at all truly go into depth for the story and characters like the visual novel does. And for Heisuke, one thing which caught my awareness was his kindness and the care he had for Chizuru. Heisuke by some is considered to be loud and obnoxious. This, however, is a normal way for him to behave. And the reason why I say this is because he is the youngest in the Shinsengumi. He is still learning, growing, and developing into an adult. It is easy to glance by this because everyone else around him is quite older and mature. An aside comment is, do we need to have a cast that is completely mature? I think that would make for a boring cast. Heisuke, in truth, adds a fun element to the narrative. He makes things exciting. I know in the past, I considered Heisuke to be naive. And yes, a good case could be made that he could be considered naive. But a different perspective I'd like to add is his just acting his age. And in a group filled with people who have much more experience than he does, is it truly fair to say he is really that naive? This understanding has changed my views on Heisuke. What we are shown of Heisuke is him going through the natural progression of being a teenager who is turning into an adult. We are shown moments of Heisuke acting naively and making errors. Even his fellow comrades treat him like a child by poking jokes at him and playing around with him. However, they respect him. And, on the other hand, Heisuke is also shown to be very mature, such as looking after Chizuru and engaging in battles seriously. In other words, what makes Heisuke interesting is we are shown this polarity between who he currently is and who he is slowly transforming into, that is a matured adult like his comrades. I think this realization I went through in regards to Heisuke has enlightened me in many ways. It has made me realize not to be so quick to judge and also to meet characters at their level and circumstance. This is the video for today. I hope you enjoyed the video, and if there's anything you think you can add in this discussion, feel free to discuss about it in the comment section. Also, if you are interested in joining my new Discord server where we can interact and talk about Hakuouki, it is linked in the description below as well as my Twitter. Thank you for watching, see you in the next video, and have a great day.